Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and I'm back with another Pauper League, and I'm going to be playing some Blue-White Evoke today. This is in contention for my favorite brew that I've made of all time. I've had a lot of success with this deck. I'll get into the deck tech and what this deck is. I haven't played it for a little while in a second. First, real quick, gonna do some housekeeping. Shout out the channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel. It's really the best way to support me. So thank you so much for doing so. I'm recording live right now on Twitch, twitch.tv/snapboltgames, so you can come hang out live. Um, it's a lot of fun. All right, let's get into this deck, what we're playing, and then we'll get right into the league. So this is Blue-White Evoke. I'm going to go through a deck tech here just because, again, I haven't played it for a while. There's about 10 leagues, maybe 15 leagues with this deck on my channel. But this was a brew. Originally, it was supposed to be a Blue-White Reanimator deck. Um, but then because it's centered around these evoke creatures, it just kind of just got named Blue White Evoke. So we play Muldrifter and Soul of Migration as our evoke creatures. They give you a lot of value when they come into play, but when you evoke them, they obviously die. It's a cheaper cost. So we combo that with Angelic Renewal. So we play Renewal, and then we evoke, let's say, Muldrifter. Muldrifter comes in, draw twos, it dies. And then you use Renewal to bring the Muldrifter back into play. You draw another two and still have the Muldrifter. Same thing with Soul of Migration, except you get birds. Then we combine that with kind of just a blue-white control shell. We also have Ephemerate to do a similar trick with our evoke creatures. But then we also have an Ephemerate late game with Archaeomancer, just returning counter spells, last breaths, cantrips, that sort of thing. A lot of inevitability with late to dinner as well. So if they're killing Archaeomancers or Muldrifters or Souls, we just late to dinner bring those back, and then we can Archaeomancer back late to dinner and just basically keep grinding infinite. One Palace Sentinels, I like having one way to take the Monarch. This could be cut, I'm not sure. I wanted to make some more changes. I wanted to try certain things like Unwind and make more changes to the main deck, but because I haven't played it for a while, I was like, let's just do a pretty standard build of Blue White Evoke, and then we can make some changes moving forward with the new meta. I really liked one Dawnbringer Cleric because you draw a lot of cards with this deck. So having one of these to find and then flicker is really nice. Just does a lot of different stuff. Three Journey and one Last Breath as a removal package. And best for last, two copies of Spirited Companion. I tried this card right when it came out, played four. It was good, but not that high impact. And I think two is going to be really nice. Just something to ephemerate, something to, come down early, draws a card, block. It just does a lot of what the deck wants, and it's the best boy, so how can you go wrong? Where we do have some major changes in the sideboard you may have seen, I'm trying this card. I'm trying four copies of Spreading Seas as a way to fight the new Tron decks now that Expedition Map is unbanned. I don't even know if you need this because I think the Tron matchup is okay because you have a lot of counters. That being said, I still think this is kind of just sweet tech, and I just wanted to try four. Maybe four is too many, but again, I just want to try a lot of them, and then we can always cut down. But this is pretty sweet against Tron, so I'm excited. Hopefully, we get paired up there and we can see how that goes. Two Stonehorns, four Dust because Affinity is still a menace. Second Dawnbringer to gain life and when we want to destroy more enchantments. One Lone Missionary, and just down to two Hydras and one Relic because our sideboard is taken up so much of by Dust and Spreading Seas right now. Oops, let's not cut one. And that's pretty much it. I added an extra basic, cut one Evolving Wilds Terramorphic type land to have more untapped lands. I still think having Ash Barrens and Wilds is good to have better mana, even if it's kind of clunky. But again, this is kind of a clunky deck. And I think that's a pretty good breakdown of the deck there. Let's go round one. Let's see if we can evoke some people here. Let's go. All right, welcome to round one. We're against Marcel Cham Cham. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. Snapkeep. This hand isn't incredible, but it's pretty solid. I mean, we have good mana. We just need more lands, but we have the ability to counterspell and or Last Breath. I guess or Last Breath on turn two, not both. And then we have Molidi Ephemerate and just a way to take the Monarch as well. Is this the Menace? Looks like it probably is. Oh no, it's probably Boros. I'm just definitely going to pass with Counterspell up here. No need to Last Breath that right now. If they play like a Core Skyfisher or something, then I could consider Last Breathing the Thraben. Or just counter the Skyfisher. We'll see. Gonna try to focus on playing fast as well because this deck takes a long time. So you always want to try, especially early in the match, to go up in time. Yeah, looks like just standard Boros. Again, I think Boros is the best deck right now. So expect to play against it a lot. Our opponent's also playing pretty slow to start. So just something to keep in mind. Pauper, the clock really, really matters. That's how grindy the format is. I like this version of Last Breath as well. I think this art is pretty sweet. I like the old border on it. All right, they Seeker of the Way. I can just Last Breath that and then still have Counterspell up. They can't play another spell right here, so seems good. Nice, land is so good there. Now we just need to draw one more land. Cantrip would also be fine. We have a lot of good draws. Doggo would be great. Jay, you're saying the border is gross? You don't like the border? Come on. Old border, best border. If we hit an untapped land, I'm not sure what we'll do. Depending if they're tapped out, I could just Molly Ephemerate. Crag. Sure. Core Skyfisher. Should attack first. Oh, Ichor Wellspring. Just gonna counter. Against Boros, especially if they get greedy like I do and play less copies of like Ichor Wellspring, Golden Egg, Synthesizer, dealing with those is really critical because then a lot of times you can be stranded with things like Glinthawk in hand where you're not really able to get value. So I can Moldy Ephemerate, draw 4. I mean, I'm just going to do that. We came to Moldy Ephemerate. So we're going to do it. Draw 2, Ephemerate it, comes back down, and then it doesn't, it's a new Muldrifter because now we ephemerated it. So it doesn't die to its own evoke trigger. So we just get to draw 4. And if they don't kill this right now, which they probably will, if they don't, we get to ephemerate again next turn, draw 2 more cards. So that's the basic combo of the deck. Interact, Molly Ephemerate. That's a pretty good start for us, honestly. Wow, they go Kuldotha, sack their clue. I'm totally fine with that because they're going to need to grind through all of our stuff. This is pretty bad in this matchup. Yeah, 4 mana, 2/2 flyer, draw 6. I mean, it's only draw 4 right now, but if you get to untap, then it's draw 6. Also, if they have a lightning bolt, don't wait because 1, I can have a counter spell. 2, this ephemerates an exile, and if you don't control any creatures, then whoa, they're attacking. What could they have? They could have. Oh, they're just gonna kill it now. They just attacked first and then Gal blasted for whatever reason. So yeah, so now this is just stuck in exile because we don't have any targets to cast, which is fine. Now, I kind of like going Archaeomancer, get back Counterspell, and I can play basic to have another Ephemerate up. So if they try to kill this, I can go for Ephemerate. Seems great to me. I don't really know like what else I need to do here. I can play this bounce land later. And this is actually blocks these pretty well. 1, 2, too big for Pauper in Pauper. All right, let's get Counterspell. Then I'll just F6. Not their turn, but just my turn. Yeah, so now if they go for removal spell, I go for ephemerate. I also go for block if they attack. They have 4 cards in hand. They usually play 4 blast, 4 bolt, but obviously I'm gonna try to block here. Why do they attack first? That's just not good, I don't think. I don't know why you need to attack first. So they could have second bolt or gal blast. But it forces them to use it. Otherwise I get last breath back and then I get ephemerate back. I can also potentially use a last breath loop to gain life, but looks like I'm not going to be able to yet. All right, so we make them use 2 bolts, which is fine. We still have counterspell. We still have preordain. I don't obviously want to play sentinels yet, but maybe later. It's funny because I can actually ponder plus chancery plus shuffle, but I think just leading preordain is probably better here. I would like to get chancery down this turn. We'll see. Bottom. This isn't that good, but it's also not that bad. It blocks their stuff well, gains me 2 life. I think it's just worth it. So now I'm gonna go Dawnbringer, gain 2 life. And then I'm gonna go Chancery back Ash Barrens, pass with counter. Just because it was a really nice play mana-wise to play the Dawnbringer, get a blocker, gain the 2 life, then still have counterspell up. I liked it. Then next turn we can ponder. If there's 1 good card out of 3, we can just draw that card and then shuffle with Ash Barrens. So I think even if they don't play anything here, I'm not going to cycle Ash Barrens end of turn because I want it to shuffle with this ponder, kind of like a brainstorm shuffle. Secret of the Way. Just gonna counter. We're also getting really close to where we can just start hard casting Soul of Migrations once we start drawing those. So our control plan's going fine here. If we draw late to dinner, it's great. If we draw Moe D, Soul, Archaeomancer, these are all just incredible draws. Opponent's playing pretty slow. Angelic Renewal, Dispel, Island. I think none of these are what I want right now. Again, I want all the cards I just mentioned. All right, Doggo's fine. Nice, there's a Soul. So we can cast Soul of Migration next turn. I don't think I want to Journey Thraben. I'd rather just save the Journey, I think. It's still too risky to play Palace Sentinels because they could just attack with all, take the Monarch, and I just don't want to do that. Best boy in the deck for sure. They're just stuck on 3 mana still. All right, they can have Wellspring. The pace of this game is just kind of painful to play. I like playing Magic Online so much better when my opponents are playing incredibly fast. I just think it's so much more fun. Glinthawk back that. Okay, well, we can journey the Glinthawk, but first I'm going to just play Soul of Migration and then probably play Palace Sentinels. Man, this is painful. Just going to F6. Going to get Island here. It's kind of unfortunate on that ponder because none of the cards were good. And they have a bounce land. Okay. But their hand is only now going to be land, Ichor Wellspring, unknown card, and our hand is very good, so. 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, potentially 8 mana. Still probably just playing this. If I draw a Bowl Drifter, I could play that. Ooh, that is good. I mean, there's no rush to do this. I can just go late to dinner, Archaeomancer, get back Ephemerate, Ephemerate the Archaeomancer, get back like Counterspell, and then like eventually get back late to dinner. Just seems really good. Karma Designs, what's up? Seems better than Soul of Migration, honestly. Just get Archaeomancer. And then I get back Ephemerate. Then I Ephemerate right now, getting back late to dinner. And then there's basically just nothing they can do. Plus, getting food is super relevant, especially against these like burn style matchups. Really good, I guess, tip is to pop out your graveyard so it doesn't keep going in and out. If you're worried about time, always just keep it popped out. Oh, it's going great. Just playing some blue out of Oak. A lot of fun. Now, if they play Ichor Wellspring, I just counterspell it. Because then I can just. I mean, I could not counterspell it because then I can protect my Archaeomancer loop. Maybe that's better actually. Just let them have an Ichor Wellspring. It's fine. Yeah, I think I actually like that plan better. I gotta nurse this drink because this is gonna be a long league. This is a story I like to tell is when I was playing a lot of Modern in real life and going to like FNMs and stuff, I would often choose decks like Blue White Control because I didn't get to play that much Magic. I didn't have time in my schedule. So I was like, if I'm gonna go to FNM and play like 5 rounds, I want each round to like be so long, and I just get to make so many decisions. And rather than waiting around, so I would play decks that took a really long time. Like this deck is a pretty good example of that. We just never try to win with this deck, basically, just try to delay. All right, so they are going Rebirth. I mean, that's pretty annoying. They have 2 cards left. I'm just going to let it resolve, though. I probably should have just countered the Wellspring, but again, this way I get to guaranteed start looping this Archaeomancer with Ephemerate, which is just so good. Wait, did I make a mistake? This I just Archaeomancer. I didn't get back Ephemerate. Damn, I just like punted here. I totally messed up, and I was like letting stuff resolve. This Ephemerate and Exile tricked me. I just Archaeomancer got back Counterspell, but I needed to get back this Ephemerate first. That's a huge punt. All right, now I'm just gonna crack this because I don't actually have another Ephemerate yet. That's pretty brutal. That's just a massive mistake by me. So all right, Carm Designs. Well, thanks for saying that. You can always hit me up on Twitter, but probably can't discuss it now live recording for YouTube and on stream. But you can always send me a message. Well, punt count is 1, so pretty unfortunate. Now I could see losing this game if we get unlucky. Opponent is down to 14 minutes, 45 seconds. They have 3 cards in hand. Like, how are they going to finish this entire match at this pace? I mean, maybe they're a newer player and they just found this Boros deck online and they're not that skilled with Magic Online yet. That could certainly be the case, especially because Pauper is a format that a lot of people are start out in. Now they're getting just so much value. Jeez, they're just going super wide. Again, I've played this game absolutely terribly. I think we should just be dominating right now. I just biffed it basically. I was even saying when I Archaeomancer I was going to get back Ephemerate and then get back like late to dinner or counter then get back Counterspell, then get back late to dinner, and I just messed it up. They hit another synth. The Devil's Lettuce. No, I just have the Devil's Drink, I guess. I mean, even if I lose this game, I probably win by chess clock. They have to win another game. I mean, they could always kill me fast in game 2, but sure they're getting value, but my hand is still strong. And I can get a little bit greedy and just play Palace Sentinels because they're going to have to crash in with everything, and then I get to eat like 4 creatures for free, plus block a lot of other creatures, and have counters, and I can always just attack back in the air. And then, oh, they just played Plains from hand rather than Plains from Exile. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a newer player. I mean, I'm making mistakes myself because Magic is a really tough game, but just how slow they're playing and then making some plays like that, that combined makes me think they're newer. Okay, well, this is just great for me too. They could have Lightning Bolt and then they're going to kill Soul, but I think that's just a price I have to pay here. Because I want to block with all of these. I'll even trade the Good Boy for 1. I don't know if I want to trade my birds, though. I'm only taking 3 here. I guess they can rights for 1. They're probably just going to Lightning Bolt Soul or just not do anything. Yeah, Soul Migrations are a really cool card. Again, okay, late to dinner, so that should be solid. I'll just late to dinner Molly. Can't go wrong. I don't really need to do it, but it would also be honestly a pretty good strategy because I'm so far ahead in this game now to just not win this game and just keep playing, and then they'll run out of time. But I don't really need to do that. If it was like a PTQ or something and my opponent was playing this slow, then I would play for time for sure. But I'll just play to win here. Still, actually, I guess I can attack with these. I don't really want to block with them, but I just want to block with everything else. I'll play Palace Sentinels next turn, but I'll just leave up double counter. They could be double queuing, I suppose. Sure. But they're not like playing fast and then pausing for like a minute or two and then playing fast. They're just playing slow all the time. I really like Late to Dinner. It gives you a lot of inevitability. Sure, it's a little bit slow, but I also like the life gain you get from it. I mean, I played incorrectly with this Archaeomancer because I got tricked, or I just was talking and messed up my line. But Late to Dinner plus Archaeomancer is really nice for inevitability. So definitely 1, but I like 2. Yeah, the food token's really solid. Helps you out a lot against burn. All right, well, they don't even have Metalcraft here. They have 0 artifacts in play. I can probably just counter this if they try to kill like my Mully or something. Just so I have more blockers. There's 1 artifact. We could bring in like 1 or 2 copies of Dust to Dust here. Maybe some Hydros. I think Stonehorn Dignitary is good. Lone Missionary is not bad, actually. And Dawnbreaker Clerics. I have a lot of good cards. Galvanic Blast, that. I'll just counter. Dinninich, is it? Dinninich07, what's up? I'll crack here. All right, renewal is actually not bad. So now I can just go renewal, Palace Sentinels. They have 5, 6, 7. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers plus a counter spell. And they can't actually kill one of my creatures unless they kill bird. And even if they take the monarch, I can just take it back. But I'm just gonna go Palace Sentinel. Renewal, Palace Sentinels, pass. No attacks. It's actually like the correct play. I'm not trying to win by time. I just actually want, if I was like playing correctly now, I would actually play Palace Sentinels, no attack to protect the Monarch. Plus they're at 23. Like I just don't need to win yet. It's just like they're just playing so slow. They're probably reading this. This card on rate is just so aggressively costed. I guess not really, because Ephemerate is aggressively costed, 2 flickers. But if you think of this as a reanimate, it's aggressively costed. I guess it's more of like a flicker, because the thing has to be in play first. But you kind of cheat that with the Evoke. Oh man, they're just gonna time out here. Well, not the best showing from the first match in the league here. I punted, then opponents playing incredibly slow. Another thing I just don't like about it is it's like, oh no. Are we live, chat? I don't think so. I must have. My internet must have went out. Are you serious? Damn, YouTube, you get to watch me try to do all this and just be pissed. Be right back. All right. After getting disconnected, it looks like we were able to get back up and running here. Hopefully we don't crash again. Feels kind of bad here. I'll be right back 1 second again. Okay. That's just part of Magic Online, huh? Think we're good now. This has just never been fixed. This monarch thing just looks like always. It doesn't. It should look like that, but this is what it appears as. It's like Magic Online just can be so crappy. I mean, there's supposedly a new company taking over, handling, updating, and dealing with stuff on Magic Online. So hopefully it gets better. Seeker up the way. I don't think I care about that. I was just gonna counter the card advantage things. I can block all here to protect the Monarch. Yeah, just the way they're playing makes me think that they have that they're a new player. All right, let's go block, block. Okay. They have rally. Good thing they played Seeker because I can counter this, but they could have flashed it back too if they didn't play Seeker. So they kind of got punished for that line. Because now they would have killed basically like my entire board there. All right, they conceded. They have to win 2 games in 7 minutes. I think I actually like this stuff. What do I not like? I guess Soul Migration is good, actually. Journeys are not that good. They're good against Seeker of the Way, which I suppose they're going to leave in. This spell's okay. Yeah, the Spreading Seas was mostly try to tech against Tron. We'll see how that works out. That's just new, kind of new tech to try. Can go down to 2 journey. It's pretty greedy. I guess journey's still pretty good. Can actually set out some cantrips. I just would rather be like affecting the board more than cantripping as much. Stonehorn seems fantastic. I think I can cut some ephemerates and renewals. I think that's fine. Just need to make room somehow. I think Spirited Companion's still pretty decent. Can chump like a Seeker. It can just, again, draw cards. It can just be annoying. So we'll try this. Spreading Seas, if we also see like a bunch of bounce lands or something, we could bring in Spreading Seas, but mostly for Tron. I brought this in also so I don't just hopefully get run over. Hydroblast is pretty good in this matchup, countering Synth. Sure. Play Tranquil Cove. This way I can play Lone Missionary on 2 if I want. Which I probably will do. And I can play Chancery on 3 plus leave up Hydroblast then. It'd be pretty greedy to go for a Synth this early anyway. Maybe it is though. Yep. I mean, if they don't hit a land here, Bolt. They go Mountain Bolt, that's fine. Yep. the slowest match ever, and then plus getting disconnected mid-match. Not ideal. Also, this card could deserve a main deck swap as well. Yeah, sorry about that. It got disconnected. So that was kind of brutal. They're down to 5 minutes. There's just no way they beat me twice in 5 minutes. So, yo, good evening. I won game one. This is game two. So they could hit land here. They do. Okay. I kind of want to leave up Hydroblast to counter the synthesizer. So I think I'll do that. And I can journey this like next turn if I want. I could also go Ephemerate right now and then bounce the Tranquil Cove. It's just mana efficient, plus I get to gain a lot of life right now. I don't get to play an untapped land next turn, but I feel like it's worth. Makes them try to, like, makes them, like, tempted to point a burn spell at one missionary as well. So if they just lead on synth, I'm just going to go for Hydro. Yeah, this card could even be better than Spirited Companion in the main deck because you draw so many cards already that gaining 4 is pretty nice for this deck. I mean, I feel like I could just F6 and then win, but yeah, this is brutal here. Hopefully we'll have some I'm sure we'll have some better matches to showcase after this. Now they're going to play synth. I'm going to hydro. F6. I might need to change this this filter a bit here. Oops. Oh, that just made it way worse. Seems like there's not much I can do to fix it right now. We get to gain another 4. This Boros deck is very good. Then I get to go, yeah, Ephemerate this, Tranquil Cove, Journey this, maybe, we'll see. Another Journey. Yeah, because a lot of times they do just play synth over and over. They get just so much value. My recommendation also is just sure you can play some leagues if you want to for fun, but if you're still getting in the hang of the program, you can just play in the for free matches. You can just play in the tournament practice room until you try to learn how to play fast enough to not time out. But But I mean, if you have the money, you might. I guess you can also just play leagues. Doesn't matter. There's no real point. Especially Pauper, so grindy. You can never just win fast. I'll just not block. If I draw an untapped land, I would just cast Muldrifter here. If not, I could consider going for Moldy Ephemerate, but it just really doesn't matter at this point. They're going to timeout. Just do it for fun. Draw 2. Go for a Fem. They'll probably bolt. Then there I have a minute left. Again, the correct play there is probably just to preordain, but because they're about to time out, I just wanted to go for it for fun. Did another removal spell. Oh, leave no trace. Get back a blocker. Eat my thing. Restoration Angel. Let's go. They have to bounce a land here. I mean, they were ahead this game, but it certainly wasn't over. Next turn, I could go like Companion plus Renewal, and then evoke this. Make 5 creatures. Just be. I'm totally fine here, even though I missed a land drop, and I wouldn't have gone for this if they weren't going to time out. All right, let's see if we can get a better match going here. GG's. Let's go round 2. All right, round 2, we're against Sacrifice, which I know is somebody who plays a lot of Pauper. 1 Ashburns, we're going to mull. I'll keep this. I can put back like Archaeomancer, Soul. I think it's between those two. I guess I'm going to put back Soul of Migration. That's kind of a tough decision. Not sure what was correct there. Sacrificed, I thought, plays a lot of Stompy, which is a bad matchup for us. It looks like they're just on Boros. Okay. Counterspell. Don't mind if I do. I'll counter Ichor Wellspring, Seeker. Counter this too. Spirited Companion. Kind of like that. Just actually going to go get Plains. Play Doggo. This is the page I'm talking about. They don't have a land. Wow. I think I want to go play like Renewal and play Ephemerate this turn, because then even if they play 1 removal spell, I can still draw more cards next turn because I can use my Renewal on my dog. Dog deserves to be brought back, right? Draw. Chancery, bounce Plains. And then even if they kill dog right now, I just use Renewal. So unless they Journey to Nowhere with the dog, I get to draw another card next turn. Obviously not the best use of Renewal on a companion, but unlocking another card here, and they're just kind of mana screwed. They hit the land, okay. And Thraben, sure. Let's draw. Another ephemerate. Now I think I'm just gonna go Archaeomancer, get back Ephemerate, actually do the line correctly this time. And Ephemerate right now, get back Counterspell, pass. And then if they kill this, I can choose to bring it back if I want. We'll see. I think I probably will, because then I get to keep Ephemerate looping. So we'll see. I have another Ephemerate as well. So yield to that. And we're going to get back Ephemerate here. I think I can afford to ponder. I think these are just not exactly what I need at the moment. They're not bad, but I just think I can do better. I'll just pass the turn. No rush to do anything. Counter this. Then I'll just go for Ephemerate right now since I have the extra mana, getting back Counterspell. So they could have double Lightning Bolt here. So I'm just going to let this happen and then use the renewal right now, I think. Alternatively, I can go for another Ephemerate. Why don't I do that? No, just going to let it happen. Use the renewal. Get back counter. I could go for Ephemerate, but because they have Golden Egg, they could actually have another Bolt up. So I think it's safer to just untap and then Ephemerate this, get back Ephemerate. Pretty dumb that we can do all this, but this is why these Ephemerate loops are just not fun to play against, because you just have so much inevitability. And they know about Counterspell, so this doesn't actually work. Counter. And then I get back Ephemerate, use it right now, get back Counterspell, and pass. And this is also why Spirited Companion is good, because it just, if they killed this, if they were able to do that, it just gives me another thing to keep looping. I'm actually just going to counter this. I know they could then kill my Archaeomancer, but I think it's fine to just go for this. We just get so far ahead here. They need another removal spell right now, basically. Crack? Oh, another Skyfisher, sure. Gonna bounce Thraben or Spare Supplies? Spare Supplies. This is close to familiars, but we just play like a more mid-rangey game. We don't like have to go for the combo necessarily. That was an interesting line because I could have had another counter, but okay. They deal with that. And then I just blink dog, draw. Then I just go hardcast Molly D. And then probably journey the Skyfisher. Just pretty far ahead here. Can just keep casting Molly Ds. Can also just cast Soul of Migration if I want. If we ever find late dinner, we can just get the Archaeomancer loop back. So yeah, again, we're kind of like fams, but we just play more mid-rangey cards like Journey to Nowheres, and we just have this Soul of Migration kill rather than like a full combo finish, basically. Another Molly D. There's another Archaeomancer. I'll probably save that for next turn. Guess that's actually fine to draw another land. More lands is good. It's just pass. Familiars can do, sometimes they play a way to like mill you out, but sometimes they just draw like their entire deck and just end up with a huge battlefield plus a lot of counters. It just depends on what they want to do. But sometimes they play a one blue creature that whenever another creature enters, they mill. But usually they just try to end the game with like, again, outvaluing you, gain a bunch of life, and then have counter spells plus a massive board and then just attack. All right, so they did have a synth. They were sandbagged it. That was interesting. Firebolt. Okay, so they can kill a Muldrifter. But then I can just go Archaeomancer back Ephemerate and start getting back counters, which I'm going to do next turn. And I can protect that whole sequence with Counterspell. So deck just functioning perfectly here. Go land. Cast. Let's move this down here. Get back Ephemerate. Go for Ephemerate right now. Get back Ephemerate. And then on this next one, get back Counterspell. And then have double counter up. With the loops going still. So this is the inevitability I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah, so again, the decks are fairly similar, but we just play Angelic Renewal, Soul of Migration basically, and like more like removal spells where they just play the one white creature 0/4 whenever you play a blue spell, gain one life, and then they play the familiar card to reduce the cost of all their blue spells and Seagate Oracle and stuff. Pretty interesting. All right, let's see. I'm not going to board exactly the same. That was mostly just because I wanted to delay, but I want Stonehorn still. I think Dust to Dust is still good. Killing Synth is really important. Plus, they're going to have artifact lands, at least some. Maybe just 2 copies, maybe 3. Not entirely sure yet. Dispel counters all their burn spells, but that's about all it does. Oh, and we need the Hydroblast too. Ephemerate maybe gets a little bit harder to make work. And then the cantrips as well. Cleric's not very good, but they often do play 2 copies of Makeshift Munitions. I know I have Hydroblast, but I want like another answer. Plus, Cleric can just block like if they have Koldatha Rebirths, can block those. It can just block Ravens. I think it's good enough, just because of Makeshift Munitions mostly. I don't think we need the Dispel since we have the 2 Hydros. You'll notice that last round, I mean, it's the same matchup, but you'll notice that I sided out 1 Renewal, 1 Ephemerate. In post-board games, I do like to go down to 3/3 quite often, just because they're going to bring in hate. Sideboard games generally slow down a bit, so I think going to 3/3 is totally just reasonable. Bray Pilgrim, thanks so much for saying that. Really appreciate it. All right, Saying's fine. They snap capped as well. All right, we drew all 3 of our planes. They just Seeker of the Way, that's good for us. Skyfisher Bounce a Land is really good for us because I can just remove this. It means their draw is pretty awkward. You should play like another Skyfisher potentially. Yeah. They're probably going to tap out again next turn, so I'd rather just Chancery and then set up a Malady Ephemerate. Plus, it's just kind of like a free turn to get Chancery down. Yeah, I figured they would tap out here. I mean, they could leave up a red spell, but yeah, they're going to play this Plains. Come on, there's no chance. They need to get value. And Glinthawk back Synth. Okay, well, we do get to draw 4, but our hand does nothing, so we could definitely still lose. Except that they just can't cast that no matter what. That was aggressive core Skyfisher lines for sure. This is probably just going to die, but at least we'll get to draw 4 out of it. Let's see, I'm going to put the stack down here. We can just discard some extra lands. Probably just discarding these tapped lands. Maybe just Chancery plus Evolving Wilds I discard. All right. If they kill this now, we will lose the Ephemerate. It'll be an exile, but we can just late to dinner the Muldrifter, which is pretty good here. Then go late to dinner Tranquil Cove on this next turn. Could also preordain, but I think I like Tranquil Cove better, honestly. Just have untap lands for the rest of the game. Can't Pyroblast late to dinner. Angelic Renewal is actually a great one. Just go Cove, discard Plains. This deck draws so many cards that you often do have to discard to hand size. It's just part of the game with this deck. All right. Revoke Existence, getting back core Skyfisher, then bounce Thraben, replay Thraben, then maybe attack with both of these. I'll trade. I just want to stay at a higher life total. I can also wait to dinner again, but first I'm going to make a big board with Renewal plus Soul of Migration. They probably have Pyroblast as well, so just playing infinite white spells here is really nice. Plus we have gain 3 life once we have the mana to play it. Say yes. F6. They can just Galv Blast like a Soul of Migration here. But I can always like late to dinner that as well. Which would be a pretty good turn, is going Renewal plus late to dinner a Soul. Yeah, I could have done that, but I think I can keep all my cards in hand and just cast them. Seems good to me. Let's just keep casting white spells. Just gonna late to dinner a Muldrifter here, keep the cards going. Seems great. Two food tokens now. Start cracking those at some point here. Mono synths, huh? Crack synth. Reveal land. They have 5 cards in hand. On my next turn, I may just hardcast a Soul of Migration. How much mana do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I like that. Then we just leave Renewal in play here, which is just pretty annoying for them. The next turn I can start like preordaining and maybe cracking food. Maybe eventually set up an Ephemerate loop here. Spare supply resolves. If they cast like a core Skyfisher, I might just Hydroblast this. They draw. Land. Core Skyfisher. They can always bounce the Thraben, but killing the Synth right now Seems pretty good to me. I suppose I could always counter it on the way back down. And then they just get to bounce the 3-bin. I'll just let this resolve. They're going to bounce Synthesizer probably, though. Oh, they bounce Spare Supplies. Interesting. I feel like I just kill this now. Just up about 25 seconds or so on time. Pretty close. Yeah, they had that. The Pyro was pretty obvious. They kept leaving up one red over and over and over. I'm just going to cast that, I think. Cast. Soul of Migration. I think I'm actually down to go Cycle Ashburns, get Island, then Preordain. Try to find a counterspell here. Spirited Companion, Dust the Dust. I just don't think I need these right now. Dust to Dust isn't bad, but I think we can just do better. I'll just pretend like I have counter up. We can't attack yet, but they definitely cannot attack either. There's the Spare Supplies. You got it. I don't think they play Graveyard Hate in their 75, so we should be good to eventually Archaeomancer back late to dinner. And then just eventually then Ephemerate loop with counters. Yeah, they just concede. Nice. Blue at Evoke, late game too strong. Wow. Their hand was 5 lands and a lightning bolt. Jeez. I mean, that'll happen. That happens sometimes with that deck for sure. But they did draw a lot of cards. They also had 2 Spare Supplies and a Synth in hand, but yeah, they probably could not have ever won because what? Even if they went like draw, 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 hit 3 good cards, like our board is already so big, we're gonna keep adding to it, and then like, how do they actually win? We're gonna start gaining life. I just think there's no way they win. Our late game is just too strong from that position. Yeah, the record command isn't set up, but you can always look at the record in the top right of the screen between matches 2-0 in the league, going round 3 right now. So that was at least more fun because our opponent was playing really fast, so that was sweet. Have not dropped a game, but we did drop the internet. We'll see YouTube in round 3. Looks like we may not get paired here. Of course, we just immediately get paired. Welcome to round 3. Owl Howl. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. I would like to keep this hand. This hand's really nice. They say, hey man, how are you doing? Really well, thanks for asking. Two and 0 in the league. Let's keep these wins going. Put Evoke back on the map. They said, are you recording? Snap Volt is great. Hey, thanks so much. I am. Always love if you're a Pauper player and you play in the leagues, if you ever play against me, I always love if you just say hi, if you just, give me like, just like say you like the content, it always feels good. So don't be shy at least saying hi. Love talking to the Pauper community. See what we're up against. Forest. Is this Boggles? I don't know why I think Boggles. It could be Elves. It is Boggles. Just had the Sixth Sense. Get Island. Wonder if I want to play Companion this turn and then leave up Counterspell on 3. That's a little bit greedy. Just gonna leave up Counter and then probably just try to play Companion on 4. This is a tough game 1 matchup. In games 2 and 3, we kind of have to rely on this card too. I don't have any revoke existences or anything, so it's gonna be tough here. Commune, that resolves. These spreading seas taking up vital sideboard spots are looking pretty terrible. Abundant growth. I wonder if I just counter this. They may not have another white source, and then I can start tapping out. I'm just gonna counter. Ephemerate. Ephemerate's not bad. Soul of Migration isn't bad too. Okay. No white source yet. All right. They're going to trade? That is the quickest, that is the best dog I've ever seen. Killing them Boggle? Wow. So now I think I just Moe the Ephemerate. Because then I can continue to hit land drops. I can set this up. I can maybe find like another Ephemerate. All right, let's put this up here. Put the stack a little lower. Okay. I don't know if I just move the stack up and down, but planes is basically what we don't want to see. Rancor. Well, I'll snap trade. They don't want to trade. All right, let's draw 2 more cards. I wanted like untap land that I could actually just play. Counterspell is fantastic though. I think a decent line here. I have 10 cards in hand. I can go tap blue mana, play Ponder, look at the top 3, draw 1 of them, tap planes, shuffle the library, play the other island, and just leave up island planes. I like it. Okay. Now we might have a new line. I think I want to draw the Angelic Renewal. That potentially gives me a lot of chump blocks. So I'll draw that. I actually can't play it because I do need to cycle Ash Barrens 100% now because I need to leave up counter. So play Island. Now I have to discard 2 cards. So I can discard Preordain, or Journey Preordain. Sometimes they play other creatures, but sometimes they don't. All right, they have another land. Probably gonna have to counter this because their thing has trample. We need to find more counters, basically. Ephemerate and another renewal. Don't think I need a second renewal, but I do want the Ephemerate. And then I just go. I think I want to represent Counterspell. They might just jam anyway, though. That's the problem. Their thing has trample as well. Another line is to go Moe the Ephemerate here. I guess I could have gone Soul of Migration. Oh, no, I didn't have the Ephemerate yet. I'm just going to represent Counterspell. I just don't want them to play their best thing right now. I want them to play something not as good or be scared to play anything. And then I can find Counterspell later. So I was trying to pause for a second there. to see what they have. Like I'm gonna think, and then yeah, I'll let that resolve. And if they attack, I'll trade here. Use renewal. They are gonna trade. They're gonna just hit for 3 damage trade. I think we're in a good spot now in this game. We can find our Archaeomancers. We can find counter spells. Say yes. Drop 2. Another Mully D. So I want to make a big board, but I more so want to find counter. So let's go cast with Evoke. Draw 2. Ephemerate. Draw 2. There's counter. Nice. And then I can play planes. 11 cards in hand. And I think I can attack. Alright, I have to discard 3 cards. I can discard land, preordain. I could have discarded a Soul of Migration, I guess. Maybe I actually wanted that preordain. Rancor. Gonna actually let that resolve. I don't think I care about Rancor that much. Wedgewalker. I don't know if I care about this either. But I can find an Archaeomancer pretty soon here, I think. Should keep drawing cards. There's Archaeomancer. Nice. That should probably wrap it up. 23 cards left in library. That's enough. Archaeomancer. Get back Ephemerate. Ephemerate, Archaeomancer. Get back Ephemerate. Ephemerate, Archaeomancer. Get back Counterspell. I could have ephemerated the same Muldrifter, right? And then attacked for 2. It's probably not that relevant. Discard 4 cards. I actually kind of want the Last Breath. I'll discard Journey. Hey, thanks a lot for saying that, Tony boy. Awesome. Glad I could help you improve at least somewhat. Really cool. All right, I counter this now. And now we can just keep getting back counter spells. And I think they're essentially locked out at this point. Plus I can just Last Breath my own creatures and then eventually make a big board with Soul and kill them. Felt pretty lucky to win this. Get back counter. Get back counter. Oh, there's one more Ephemerate that I could have gotten back. It's fine though. So we have just double counter up here. I'll just play renewal. I guess I can attack. "22 cards in the library. Not really in danger of milling. Probably should have played Tranquil Cove that turn as well. Playing like one spell a turn just really doesn't work against this loop because I can just keep getting back the same counter spell that I just used. I'm getting a lot faster at the loop than I used to be as well, which is kind of nice. Just gonna pass one more time. I'll just discard a Muldrifter here. Doesn't happen that often. Utopia Sprawl can resolve. Counter this. Then I'll counter this too. Then we can just get back all of our counters. Get back counter, then just untap. It's looking great. Yielding to all these triggers is critical for playing this combo quickly as well. Now let's just blink this, get back counter, blink this, get back another counter. Is that all 4 counters in hand? Nice. They don't have any cards, so now I can just start making a board while leaving up double counter, since I can just counter anything they draw anyway. Okay, now we just attack. Blue-Red Evoke is definitely a good deck to annoy people with, that's for sure. Just make more birds. Don't think we need to even loop anymore. We may even have lethal right now. I think we do. Okay. I guess they could have survived, but. So Dawnbringer Cleric. Also, I can bring in Spreading Seas because that kills Utopia Sprawl. And it kind of can mana screw them as well. I think it's worth it. They don't have that many white sources, so if I Spreading Seas their Utopia Sprawled land, I can just blow them out. Plus, I just cycle into what I need also, which is good. I don't need that many Soul of Migrations, I don't think. I don't think I need any of this removal. I don't think I need the Dispel. I think I bring in the Missionary. This looks like a reasonable plan. Keep in all the cantrips, all the ephemerates for sure, because we're trying to set up a Stonehorn Dignitary lock. I've had a lot of people say, so I started blasting. This is I started burden, I guess. Um, just deciding if we want another Soul of Migration, because sometimes just making a big board of birds and Soul of Migrations can be pretty strong. But what would we play that over? I mean, maybe I just don't need Late to Dinner at all. I think having one is solid. Palace Sentinels is also a little bit risky, but I could see like going like Stonehorn and then Ephemerate, but not having anything to keep flickering, and then going like Palace Sentinels in order to keep drawing cards. If I wasn't trying the Spreading Seas, I would also I think I would want to try like 1 or 2 Angel Song in the sideboard. I think that's the card. 1 white, 1 colorless, fog basically, and then it has cycling for 2. Because then you can just combo that with Archaeomancer Ephemerate in order to lock decks like this out too. So you bring in Angel Song and Stonehorn. So you have 2 different ways to do it. Yeah, Soul is great, but if they make a 10/10 trample, then Soul is not good. So it is good and it is not good at the same time. I also don't think they have many outs to. Maybe they have Pyroblast, but I don't think they have many outs to Stonehorn Dignitary Ephemerate Archaeomancer combo. Ooh. I mean, sure. Maybe this hand is bad, but we have a lot of things that don't do anything in this matchup. Drawing land is obviously terrible. Can we get them on Utopia's for all? No. So if I play Spreading Seas on this after, it will retain the ability because this also just gives it to it. It'll be an island with the ability. I'll still Spreading Seas their forest here, I think. Okay. I just want to draw a card. Okay, Renewal is good. Next turn I can play Renewal. And then the turn after that I can go Moedia Ephemerate, start looking for Stonehorn. Uh-oh. For each other enchantment on the battlefield, blowout. That's funny. Getting punished for spreading seas. Jeez. That resolves. I need to find Stonehorn ASAP now. I think I counter this. They're only left with one island. Plus, I need to tap out to draw cards next turn, then hope to survive somehow. That'd be so funny if they just like dispelled with blue mana. They were trying to cast something else. So they have a 1-mana play most likely. Maybe another Boggle, maybe another enchant land. Alright, let's just Moedia Ephemerate here. Gives us a chump blocker, draws us 4. We can also just choose to not chump block if we don't need to. If we find Stonehorn, I think we can win. Alright. So I have to chump to survive. So I don't get to free draw 2 cards. Stonehorn. Stonehorn, please. Cantrip into Stonehorn also works. We gotta go for the sweat. Huh. Missed. Got punished for the spreading seas there, but I think I'll keep it in. They only have like one card that really punishes me, and it's a 2-mana cantrip that can mess them up pretty bad. I think it's worth. Kills Utopia Sprawls, like I said. It can just take them off their white mana if they only have one white source, depending on what it is. It's not that good, but again, it's a cantrip, so. Definitely missing having like extra revoke existences in the sideboard though here. Should Boggles is more popular now than it used to be also. Should probably just have like leave no trace or something. They're deciding if they should keep or not. JBL 13, what's up? They mulligan to 6. They mulligan to 5. Classic Boggles. I guess Boggles was always pretty popular, yeah. They mulligan to 4. I've lost to a mulligan to 4 when against Boggles. But I think it's more popular now than it used to be. Deck losing to itself. Classic Boggles. That is classic Boggles. Pumpkin Queen, that's going too deep. Oh, we just blow them out here too. We get the Spreading Seas tech. Let's go. Now it's going to be no longer a forest. That should do it. That was sweet. Um, I guess I'll just go renewal plus wilds. If I draw an untapped land next turn, then I get to just make a big board. If not, I can cantrip next turn. Spreading Sea is actually pretty good here. All right. There's Stonehorn as well. I don't even think I need to leave up counter here. I'm just going to go Soul of Migration Ephemerate. Because then I think we just can't lose. All right. They mulligan to 4 and we Spreading Seas 3 for 1 them. So should be solid. I guess they just do nothing. Just rather leave up counter. Then they can play 1 card, I counter it, and then I Spreading Seas their forest if they draw it. Hey, John Johns. Thanks for the sub. Might as well take the Monarch. Why did I ever put this deck down? Yeah, they can still cast Slippery Boggle. It's pretty funny. I guess I didn't need to do anything. I could have just attacked. Boggles does have to mulligan a lot. Again, I've said this many times on my videos, on my streams, but think about what Boggles needs. You need to have some lands, which you play a relatively low land count, but then you also need to have both colors of mana. Then you need to have a Boggle, at least one, maybe more if they have any interaction. Then you also need enchantments, but you need the right enchantments. Think of how much stuff you actually need, and you have 0 library manipulation. Like, of course, you're gonna have to mulligan a lot. And yeah, when you have a good hand of turn 1 Boggle, turn 2, Rancor plus another enchantment, turn 3, like, double ethereal armor, it's really hard to beat. But you also just mulligan to 5, mulligan to 4 a lot of the time because you don't have everything you need to actually function. Commute. Who's the enchantment deck now? Commune does help for sure. Bronze 93, that was so funny actually. Who's the enchantment deck now? Because I've been saying that with who's the combo deck now? All right, Spreading Seas looking good. 3-0. We'll see everybody in round 4. All right, welcome to round 3. We got Luz here. I think he wants to go down already though. You going down or are you gonna hang out? See if he wants to hang out for a second. Would you like to play first? Yes. I think this is just a mulligan. You don't really want to keep one-landers with this deck. Let's just throw it back. This is much better. A little bit clunky, but this is, like I said, much, much better. Okay, he's out. He's out. All right, let's keep. I don't know what we're against, so I think we're against Curie Light. I think putting back Dispel is probably fine. We don't know. Dispel is like, I think most likely to not be good. Oh, sorry. I gotta check something real quick. 1 second. BRB, like 30 seconds. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Looks like we're against Boggles again, so this league is not trying to make it easy on us with matchups. I think I just go, yeah, Ash Baron's Companion. Next turn I can Chancery back the Ash Barons, but seems like the line to me. Game ones should be really tough. Tree line, Rancor. I would snap block. Okay. I actually need to just play Island Pass, leave up counter. Next turn I can Chancery. There's no way I can like just not leave up counter this turn. They have so many good plays. Ledgewalker, I can let that resolve. Thera armor though, I'll have to counter. Rancor on Ledgewalker. I feel like I have to let that resolve too and just try to beat it eventually. I have to let it resolve. I would definitely block here if they let me. Just kill this Boggle, take 2 damage, sure. They were thinking about attacking, decided against it. Ephemerate, not actually that bad of a draw. And then we'll just use this colorless mana to cycle his Ash Barons for Island. Pass. If I don't need to counter something, I can Ephemerate my dog end of turn. I know a lot of people said they've like picked up this deck and were playing it like in their local tournaments, but yeah, no other big like Pauper streamers or YouTubers that I know of. I'm gonna just die to Ethereal Armor here, but I can't even beat a 1/5 for a while, so just hope they don't have anything. Yeah. Oh, they put it there. That's interesting. I guess that makes sense. They hit for more damage. Now we have to just. All right. Well, actually, I was gonna say now we have to hope to find the one Dawnbringer cleric, but I think going Soul of Migration Ephemerate, then take a hit. We're building up a pretty decent board by doing that. So I'm gonna attack. Then go land. Soul Ephemerate. We essentially just have to find Dawnbringer cleric next turn. And Luz is going crazy. 1 second. What are you doing? What are you doing? Jeez. Lewin's just like chasing this fly around like crazy. Now he's starting to growl at it. He was just running around. I had to just see what was going on. He's barking. It's on the ceiling. I may have to pause again. All right, do I want to just draw? Hold on. All right, let's get back into this game. We had a fly situation there. He was barking at the fly like crazy, but we took care of it. I think I need to just draw a card here, right? Because I can't actually build up a big enough board to actually trade with the first strike trample 6/4. So I think I just need to draw. All right, now I go Preordain, bottom, bottom, Preordain again. So I can throw stuff in front of this, chump and survive, and then try to find Ethereal Armor. They have one card left. Just wonder if I'm going to top this Moldrifter to draw 2. I feel like no, because by bottoming I get to draw 1 and I don't have to spend any mana. Alright, another Ephem. Do I just Ephemerate Doggo again right now? I think so. Alright, this dog is being a pretty good boy for us, drawing us a bunch of cards. This guy's not being as good. I can actually attack with some number of things, right? And then maybe start ephemerating Soul of Migration next turn. I just don't think I should attack. Because I just don't want them to open up any attacks for them. I could have attacked with like one bird, but I just don't think that's really that relevant. They get second Ethereal Armor here. So I think we just die. We drew a lot of cards, but we only had the one Dawnbringer. So we definitely didn't get there. I'm pretty sure we cannot survive. Let's see. They have 14 power trample. We need to put 8 toughness. I guess 9 toughness. So I guess we do technically survive, but we lose all of our creatures. Then we go to 1 here. But now I just don't think we have outs because we don't have Stonehorn Dignitary in our main deck. Because this is only taking 2 plus 3, so we go to 1. So if they attacked here, we would have died. But again, now we lose our entire board, so these ephemerates are gone, and we have no outs. Doesn't actually end up mattering. They also have Thriving Grove in their list. Interesting. All right. Same sideboard plan, I think. Did I bring in Lone Missionary last time? I don't know if I did. I don't think it's actually that good. Oh, I guess that's probably better than everything else. Seems solid to me. Can also board out like one renewal. Let's do it. All right. Game 2 against Boggles for the second time in a row. Would you like to play first? Yes. Okay. This is the hand we want to see. The 7. We have 1 land and a bounce land, which is actually pretty good. We can even ponder to look for more lands. We have both hate pieces we want. Hey, Sanche. Is it Sanche Talks? I don't know how to say the name, but let me say this. Pura vida! All right. I mean, these cards are fine here. I just think I can just shuffle and just draw lands, which I think is
Sick.
better. Hey, Juice, thanks for subbing there. Cool. Let's just shuffle. Preordain is solid. Now we can find lands with that. I went to Costa Rica once, like probably 15 years ago or something. Um, but it's a great place. Preordain, looking for lands. Man, I guess I want Ponder. It helps me find a land next turn. If they play anything crazy, I can Dawnbringer. If they just play Rancor here, I'm obviously gonna let that happen. Can't kill Rancor, it just comes back. Can also pass with Counterspell up this turn. See what I draw. Ephemerate solid. Just gonna pass. I can Ponder next turn, looking for Island. So if I get to counter something here, it's actually pretty good. I don't think I counter that. I'd rather counter an Ethereal Armor here. Wow, they have like both enchantments that keep coming back. It's really annoying. I mean, I'm only getting hit for 4 here. I think I can just let this resolve too. I mean, if I counter, it can resolve like more impactful stuff later. Not sure. That was a tough decision. We have this Stonehorn, Ephemerate, and Archaeomancer too. So if they don't interact, then as long as we hit lands, we can be fine. All right, let's preordain first. All right, land actually in another Ephemerate. I actually want both of these. So I'm just gonna top, land, pass with counter, and then next turn I can Stonehorn. And then they need exactly ram through in order to stop me here. And they have to have it like on their next turn, basically. If they Ethereal Armor here, I will counter it just to if they somehow break up my loop that I save damage this turn as well. They have 2 cards in hand, so again, as long as they don't have exactly ram through, I think I lock them out. Because I have Stonehorn and then I have double Ephemerate. Could get greedy and go for the Ponder, but I don't even want to do that. I can Ponder next turn. Looking good. No ram through one time. I wouldn't be like shocked if they have it because they kind of need it in order to stop me from locking them this way. But at the same time, like how many copies can they really have in their deck? Probably not that many. Let's lead Ponder. We're gonna Ephemerate here. All right, we definitely want Counterspell and we definitely want land. I guess we don't even really need land, but because I have a Chancery. Now I can just Ephemerate. Hmm. I might have messed up. Maybe I was supposed to draw the island next turn, but I'm drawing the Preordain. I mean, they didn't have ram through last turn. Still, probably just want to play around it. I'm just gonna wait. Kind of messed up here, but next turn I can go Preordain, draw the island, like play it. I can do some stuff. Wedge Walker is fine. So they get to skip their combat again. So they're skipping one combat right now. I preordain I'll draw the island, bottom the dog. Oh, it's a plains. Okay. Let's just go ephemerate. So they're skipping two combats right now. Play plains. Pass the turn. Lewin's being so annoying right now. He's scratching the bottom of the dresser to try to get attention. Yeah, those are the bad matchups for the deck for sure. But we just beat Boggles, and we may be able to beat Boggles again here. So they're already skipping one combat, and then after this ephemerate, two more combats. I don't even need to Dawnbringer kill anything, I don't think, because at this point I basically need them to always skip combats. Lone Missionary. I guess I can play that. I don't think there's really any downside. And then next turn I can Archaeomancer back Ephemerate. Again, they're still skipping two more combats, so I'm still good there. I just always want to have Counterspell up, no matter what. Just playing it really carefully here. Again, I think it's pretty tough for me to lose from here unless I mess up. It's fine. Potentially I should have countered that, but I don't want to fight off over all their colored sources. I want to save this counterspell for something that breaks up my combo. They might even just concede to this also. Okay. Now we can get both ephemerates going. Then eventually play a Mole Drifter and start attacking in the air. Heliod's Pilgrim. I mean, I can just counter whatever they get if I need to. I'm basically just always only going to counter anything that stops me from locking them. I think mono black is a good matchup for Evoke usually. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like you can just outvalue them with all your Mole Drifters and stuff. All right, so now we start getting back ephemerates. Get back the other ephemerate. Can get back another counter here. Don't know if I need to, but I think it's good. This should be skipping another combat. If I mess that up, then so be it. Get back counter. Play land. I think just pass here. Double counter spell up. So I think this is the last combat they're skipping for now, but next turn I can have them skip two more combats. Ethereal armor there is fine. Ram through on Lone Missionary, but it actually has trample, so it would kill me. So I have to counter. And now this just takes even longer because now I just need to get this counter back in these loops in order to be safe. So now I just ephemerate here, get back ephemerate, ephemerate here, get back ephemerate. I do need to make them skip another combat as well. So I go, you skip a combat. Then I go, get back another counter, play land. They have one card in hand. So I'd have one counter up if I played Moldrifter. I think I'd rather have double counter up. Yeah, they're just waiting for me to mess up. That's their best out, or for me to time out. But, I mean, event now they have 0 cards. Now it's a lot easier for us to turn the corner. So let's just get back these ephemerates. Now we can just go ephemerate Stonehorn twice. Cast Moldrifter. They have 0 cards, so we're safe to do it now. And we have one counter up for anything they might draw. It could be another ram through. And they're skipping 2 more combats here. Then we can just keep looping both of these ephemerates. Yeah, this doesn't do anything. Then I just start attacking for 2. They're like 29, 27, first strike, trample, vigilance, hexproof. I'm like 2/2 flying. Yeah, one more combat left to skip. All right. Pretty happy with how I played this one. I feel like I played really safe. Hopefully I won't mess up, but feeling good. Ephemerate Stonehorn, ephemerate Stonehorn, cast Moldrifter, play land, attack for 2. All right. We're on our way. Just 10 more turns. I know it's less than that now, but right, they play Abundant Growth. I'll just counter because then I can just get back Counterspell if I want. This deck is so fun to play. I'm so glad I decided to play it tonight. I also have another Archaeomancer and another Ephem. This card is pretty stupid. Ephemerate this. Ephemerate this. Ephemerate this. Then play Archaeomancer, get back second counter. Attack for 4. And I'll have about 10 minutes for the last game, maybe 9.5. They're just passing. They have 4 more combats left to skip. That's nice. They're going for ram through there. They're hoping I don't counter this because they don't. I know that it kills me because of trample, so they're just trying to go for the win basically. But hopefully it's not going to work. They do have 2 ram throughs left in their deck, so they are playing well in the sense that they left that card in to try to break this up. But we were able to stabilize here. I just like to make them skip like 6 or 7 combats in this situation so I can feel safe and I don't have to make them skip any more combats in the future. It's a little bit of overkill, but that's kind of how I like to do it. Just don't need these. I don't want to show that, I don't think. I don't want them to play around that in the next game. But them showing 2 ram throughs was good for me to know about for sure. Because you never know if they're actually going to have it or not. There is a counter for skip combats. It's in the chat. It's in the log. When it goes to their combat, it says, okay, Kyrie Light has 5 more combats to skip. I'm kind of losing on time here, so I should probably stop flicker looping because they still have 5 more combats, which I don't need more than that. Come on. So I'll just stop looping here. And then we'll have lethal next turn if I cast this Mulldrifter. All right. Less time than I wanted, but that's okay. I mean, clock is real. If I go to a spot next game where I have to loop a bunch, it might be rough for me. But I'm usually pretty fast. I don't usually have to loop this much. That was a lot. All right. Of course, I also lost some time dealing with Lewin, and trying to like deal with him like hunting that fly. All right. Maybe I don't even want this. Maybe I just don't need it. And there's a chance they kill one of these. No, I mean, they probably have a couple ram throughs, but that's about it. I don't think I want the dispel just for ram through. Maybe I just leave it as is. If I could see a game where I palace and I stonehorn, they ram through, I late to dinner stonehorn. It's definitely happened before. I can also have angelic renewal in play, which is pretty reasonable. It's not like they can only kill me by it's not like they can only kill me by ram through. They can just kill me by, boggling up. So I think I just jam like this. And we didn't have to show spreading seas that game, right? Sick. We gotta win this and get the 5-0 here. You know what our best strategy in this matchup probably is have them mulligan. It's just so classic boggles. Like if they have a really good 7, you just die a lot of the times. All right, plains. This has to be a mulligan. I don't even have like my good hate cards. Oh man. Keep this on the draw. I have a Dawnbringer Cleric. I have a Preordain. I think I'm supposed to keep. I also can't really take that much time here. Need a white source. Bottom, top. I wonder if I Preordain on 2 or just leave up counter. Standard Bearer. Okay. So I can't ephemerate my creatures with this in play. So that's a bad sign for me. Don't think I have any removal in my deck either. They just go boggle boggle as well. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to like race with Soul of Migration this game. All right, that's good. It's really good. I think I want that. We do have Dawnbringer Cleric as well, though. But again, my ephemerates are basically turned off. Sucks. Oh, you can only ephemerate creatures you control? Yeah, good call. Thanks, chat. Well, then I'm in a fantastic spot. I guess they just shouldn't have this in their deck. I'm not sure what they're worried about. I sided out all my removal. Maybe they're just hoping I don't know the rules like I just was saying. All right, I can kill that. I don't even know if I do, though. Maybe I leave up counter. Probably not. All right, let's go get another planes. I don't think I need to leave up counter here. I'd rather leave up ephemerate. Actually, just in a fantastic position here. I can just kill any enchantment they play with ephemerate, Dawnbringer Cleric. If I need to. Pilgrim. They might get Rancor here. But then I could potentially kill the Rancor and then counter it. Okay. I wonder if I ephemerate right now. I think I do, because I save the damage, I put the Rancor back in their hand, and then when I ephemerate again, I can gain 2 life. So I'm gaining like 4 life, and I can just Archaeomancer back the ephemerate at some point. Renewal's not that good, but it is good with Soul of Migration. So just gonna gain 2 here, I think. Palace Sentinels. Can't play that yet. I'll just counterspell the Rancor. Because then I can just Archaeomancer back Ephemerate and deal with any other enchantments they may have. Just getting hit for 1. 7 minutes on the clock. Just gonna jam Archaeomancer next turn. Ooh. Never mind. Just gonna jam. They haven't played anything yet. Can't attack. They have a 1/2. I think we're in a good spot here. Any untapped land, and I'm in a really good spot. Nice. Let's go. Just attack with these. I could have attacked with Soul too and then surprise block to this. I'll do that next turn, I guess. I'm just going to get this down. I'm not that scared of like really anything they can do because I have Dawnbringer in play. I guess they could have like enchantment plus to pump power plus ram through kill Dawnbringer, but they have to do that all right now. And they probably just have like random. Okay, they ram through a bird. That's really good for me. They ram through another bird. Are they just conceding? They're just killing birds while I'm tapped out, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. I guess they need to kill the birds to survive. I don't know if I need to do this now. I just kind of want to play fast. I can start making more birds next turn. Yeah, Dawnbringer is really good in this deck, honestly. Just the fact that it can flicker to gain life or destroy enchantments or exile cards on the graveyard is all really strong. I can actually just let this resolve. This doesn't do anything right now. I can just still block this, and then I can just flicker this, kill it next turn. Ram through another bird. And just let that resolve too. I don't care about that. I'm not going to die to time. So I can just keep Ephemerate looping here. Fourth ram through. All 4 ram throughs in hand. Wow. I might as well counter. It's their last card. Crazy. They have 4 ram throughs still. Jeez. Guess it's the best removal spell they can have. It's bad when you draw that many of them, though, because they didn't have stuff to actually pump their creatures, which is what I was saying earlier. You need a lot of things to go right. Just hope they mess up and attack with Ledgewalker. I can just flicker Soul and block. Yeah, I can just block. They've actually been playing pretty well. This should essentially be over. As long as I don't time out, which I already have a pretty decent army of flyers, so I don't see that happening. So it looks like we're going to be going for the 5-0 here. Most likely. They had to do something against these birds, or they would have died, though, honestly. They didn't really have any other option. They didn't have any other cards. Oh, I have to discard. Cartouche. Sure. It's fine. I have 2 Ephemerates up here, so I can still eat their Ledgewalker by Ephemerating this and this. And Rancor? No. This deck is so fun to play. They might go for the attack and hope I don't see the line. Looks like that is the case. Destroy armor. And we got him. Nice. Whew, beat Boggles twice. 4-0. Fingers crossed for round 5. Let's go round 5. All right, 4-0 with Blue-White Evoke. Going for the 5-0 here. Gonna snap keep this hand. This hand's really good. Kinaharo's on the mulligan to 6. I wonder if we're going to play against Tron in the 4-0 bracket, if we're going to play against, Eggtron or Burbtron here in, no, Forest. Boggles again! Why are they putting me to this test? Why? Not like this. Not like this. And I have minimal hate for Boggles in my sideboard right now. So painful. We just have to find our one of Dawnbringer Cleric. Which is possible, but difficult. They're just gonna Armadillo Cloak. Okay, I'll take 3. Trample's annoying though. Let's play another Doggo here, I think. could preordain, or I could ponder plus ephemerate. It's actually pretty good because I get to ephemerate, draw 2 cards, plus draw a card off ponder. And I could even consider playing Chancery as well. I just don't think I need these. I think I need exactly Dawnbringer Cleric to win. Or like set up Soul of Migration, make a big board with Soul of Migration. So I'm going to go attack. So if I go Ephemerate, maybe I just play Tranquil Cove so I don't have to discard, but I think discarding Journey also doesn't matter. I think I'd rather play Chancery. Then I have more untapped lands essentially. Oh! Misclicked. Ah, fuck. God damn it. That feels bad. Might have lost anyway. Yeah, okay. Feels bad. All right. At least it probably didn't matter. All right. Same sideboard plan, engage. All right. I have the sideboard plan down now because I just did it 3 times in a row. Let's go. That misplay was bad, but I don't think that actually cost me. Looks like opponent might not even know what we're on. Snap, keep this hand. Nice. I just clicked OK basically one too many times. Got punished. Ooh, nice. Now I can go Renewal. Then next turn I could potentially go Dawnbringer plus Tranquil Cove, depending on what they do. Love to see like an Ethereal Armor here or something. Yeah, what an opener here. Rancor. That's something I cannot kill with Dawnbringer. So I guess I'm going Tranquil Cove, another Renewal. I could also just go Mully D Ephemerate, or Mully D Renewal here, but I think that's actually worse. I don't want to show Dawnbringer. Maybe it's not worse because I get to draw a lot of cards. And then I get to draw into like Ephemerates plus Archaeomancers plus untap lands. I mean, we came here to turn 2, Renewal, turn 3, Evoke Mully D, so let's do it. There's another Ephemerate, I like that. Now I discard potentially Angelic Renewal. I can discard Tranquil Cove because I'm likely to find more lands. But if I don't, it's pretty annoying. I just don't know if I need this. I guess it's good against a ram through with Stonehorn. Should discard the top land. We're likely to draw more lands, so I might even want to play Spreading Seas next turn. Take out their white source. All right, I would trade here in a second. I think I want to Spreading Seas them. Seems good to me, honestly. I can even go Spreading Seas you and then attack with Muldrifter. Then leave up Ephemerate to Ephemerate block. It's pretty greedy. I just don't think I need to do that. But it's not bad because then if I don't have to Ephemerate, why don't I could also just go no attack. I think I like the line. I'm just gonna do it. Draw, Tranquil Cove, attack. Utopia Sprawl, name white. Okay. We have more Spreading Seas where that came from. All right, so are we dead? If we're not dead, then we're fine. But they have 13 power. Okay, we're totally fine. We're totally fine. So we just take 13, go to 6. I don't go for Ephemerate because I'm going to want to go Stonehorn Ephemerate right now on my turn. I think we're still in a good spot here. They skip their combat. They skip another combat. Attack for 2. They also need Ram Through. Plus, I can preordain to find Archaeomancer or more Ephemerates. A lot of good draws. Okay, doesn't do anything. They don't have it yet. So they're skipping one more combat. I still think I want them to just skip another combat. So now they are skipping 2. There's Ash Barrens. I can Dawnbringer Cleric the Utopia Sprawl. Why don't I just lead on Preordain? Another Dawnbringer Cleric and another Moedy. I'll take a Dawnbringer, I suppose. They're skipping 2 more combats here. Let's just go Preordain. Bottom, top. Ash Barrens. Play this. Play Dawnbringer Cleric. Blow up, Sprawl, attack for 2. So now I cut them off of white. They're skipping 2 more combats as of right now. I can draw more cards with these. And I have Counterspell up this turn. That's fine. They have 1 card left. Looks like they don't really have anything. Chancery. Chancery's not bad. Let's go Renewal. Evoke Moedy. I'm doing it this way because I actually want to draw 4. Okay, there's Archaeomancer. So that should probably do it because they're going to skip 1 more combat already. Let's go Chancery, bounce Ash Barrens, attack for 2. Now we can just Archaeomancer, Stonehorn, Ephemerate loop here. The 3-card combo. Yep, that doesn't do anything. Let's get a Plains. So yeah, now we should just be fine. Get back Ephemerate. Just in time, right? Ephemerate this. Ponder. Sure, I'll draw the counter. Might shuffle Ash Barrens on my next upkeep or on their end step, depending on what they do, but if they have a card in hand, I'll probably just leave up counter and then just do it on my upkeep just to always have counterspell up. Sprawl that. They can name white. That's fine. I can always flicker this at some point. Name green. All right, it's just untap. Ephemerate this. Get back Ephemerate. All right, they conceded. Nice. One more. Can we 3-0 Boggles here? That was pretty much locked up at that point. We had the loop plus counter backup. So they needed like 2 outs at the same time, basically like double ram through when we were tapped low or something. Again, I feel like Boggles is not that good of a matchup for us here. I mean, I think we just stick to the same sideboard plan we've been sticking to, right? For the 5-0. Fingers crossed here. Please, one more. Oh no. They mulligan to 6 immediately. This hand's not actually that good, but it's also not that bad. I have a preordain and I have Soul of Migration Renewal. I think it's good enough. It's not exactly what we want to be. Milk Daddy, you say mull? I keep. Spreading Seas. Okay. Uh-oh. Plains, that's a good draw. Now I can potentially go plain Spreading Seas depending on what they do. Nice, there's the Utopia Sprawl. Green, and then Commune, maybe double Commune this turn. Armadillo Cloak, Rancor. Okay, this is beatable. And a Spreading Seas them. Another land. Ephemerate, let's go. Plains, damn. That was brutal. All right, where's my Stonehorn at? Not there. I need them to not have like the Ancestral Mask here. No! Xaxes. Had to say it. God damn it. Diego Poker, thanks. All right. GG's. Wait, can I go back to match? I can't. Wait. Whatever. I don't know. I wanted to say GG's to the opponent. All right, let's go to the deck. Pull the sideboard over so everyone can see it. Yeah, I mean we aren't really respecting Boggles that much with our sideboard, so honestly to beat them twice is pretty lucky. It's not the best matchup. Okay. I mean Spreading Seas actually seemed like it was decent against Boggles there. 4 is a lot, but against Tron, we also want a lot of Spreading Seas. The more Spreading Seas you have, I think the better the card gets. That's why I find it pretty strange a lot of times when people are playing like one copy, because when you have multiples, you're just so much more likely to mana screw them. Plus it cantrips. So like I think like one copy can be kind of weird where maybe that's all you have room for, but when you have 4, it just gets it makes the card better because you have more copies of Spreading Seas. I still think our Boggles matchup is bad. What you can do also is you can cut Lone Missionary, play another Dawnbringer, but then that makes your burn matchup worse. There's just not that much space. That's the problem with this card, with Seas in general, is because like if we're playing, I mean the problem with playing 4 in our sideboard is it takes up our entire board. Like we don't have Hydroblast, we don't have like a negate or another dispel or second relic, second lone missionary, any revoke existence. There's a lot of cards that we can play in the sideboard that we're not playing because we have 4 Dust Dust, 4 Spreading Seas. But the deck felt really good. We were able to grind out Boros easily. I am worried about the Eggtron against Burbtron. I am worried, which is why I wanted to try Forest Spreading Seas as well. So honestly, I would probably just run back. I think this main deck is solid. Palace Sentinels could be cut as well, but just again, having access to Monarch where you don't need to attack can be the difference between winning and losing certain matchups. So I would just probably say no changes before next league. The meta's pretty broken right now. I think 4 Dust to Dust is solid. Could be 3 Dust to Dust, like 1 Revoke. Yeah, I should maybe play a league with Burbtron as well, but it's just such a difficult combo deck to play. It's like a lot different than this deck. I don't know about this quad spreading seas honestly, but it seems like it has potential. And it was like pretty good that league, even though we didn't play against Tron. Like against Boggles, it was good. I could see like against greedy mana based decks, just like mana screwing them. So I don't know. I kind of like it. That'll do it for this YouTube video. Thanks everyone. Peace.